Hello, everybody, and a very happy holidays to everybody listening to this. We're just here recording, giving some special recommendations for Christmas, for the holidays. Watch some good festive films for it. I'm your host Josh, and with me are my two co-hosts.
Happy holidays, it's your boy Chase.
Ho ho ho, it's your boy Nick.
And we're just gonna go through a rundown of our favorite, Christmas films, holiday films, and try to decipher what makes a Christmas movie, what doesn't make a Christmas movie. What makes Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie, Die Hard a Christmas movie, what makes it maybe not for some people, things like that. So maybe break down that discussion a little bit. Also, give some underrated picks of some Christmas movies that we also like. So who wants to go first with their list? Detail because are we running through the whole list, or do you want to go one by one with each of us, or
we could just give
we can run through the whole list and then
keep
break
it
down
short.
each one.
Nice little
so who wants to
Keep it short and sweet. Let everybody get back to their presents and their families.
So who wants to run through the list first?
I can go first.
You can go first. Okay.
So at the top of so to preface, I'm not really big into holiday movies, to be honest with you. Most of my picks, aside from one exactly, is more of a traditional holiday film that you could watch with your whole family. Most of my picks are primarily just kind of like adult films that you can kind of just enjoy if you're not really in the mood this holiday season, because I'm not really in the mood this holiday season. You can sit down and watch these movies that just happen to take place on Christmas and still have a great time with it. But the first one on my list is Claus. This one is much more of a holiday movie. It's pretty recent too, 2019. And basically, it's just a very well done 2D animated Christmas movie about a failed postman who happens to discover where Santa Claus is. It's directed by Sergio Pablos, who did Despicable Me. So you are gonna find some similar, like a very similar sense of humor. Some of those jokes hit, some of those jokes miss, but it's an overall well done movie. And it stars J.K. Simmons as Santa. So,
And this won the Oscar for Best Animated Film, right?
Did it? That's actually news to me.
Did. And you just mentioned J.K. Simmons. I'm just imagining him going to the postal worker saying, "Not my fucking temper!"
Yeah, so it's a fun movie. I definitely recommend it. Next up on my list is definitely in the tier of not a holiday movie that you watch with the kids. Tangerine. It was apparently all shot on a phone. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's a Sundance movie about a transgender sex worker that, after hearing that her boyfriend / pimp cheated on her while she was in jail, she and her best friend set out to go find this man and teach him a lesson. And it's about like their exploits throughout Hollywood. And it's really interesting. It just happens to take place on Christmas. It's a lot less of a Christmas movie. After that, I have Trading Places, which is starring Eddie Murphy. And this is like prime Eddie Murphy. So like if you're excited for the next Coming to America, and you still somehow have not seen this movie, I definitely recommend it. It's basically him trading places with a rich white dude and just the fallout of what a hood burger Eddie Murphy is in. So that's just a great time. If you need something, and I guess it is rated R, but I guess if you're if you're parents and your kids are slightly older, I feel like that's a movie you guys can watch together. After that, I have Die Hard, which is a Christmas movie. I don't care what anybody says. It is a Christmas movie.
I'm in the camp with you, man. I watch that movie every year.
It is the Christmas movie that I have watched every year. So, you know, it's just the epitome of action, and all around great time. 10 out of 10 will recommend. And then the last pick I feel like is kind of like my sleeper pick, Tokyo Godfathers, which is an anime. Since I'm the residential weeb, I felt necessary to try to find an anime that fits the holidays, and this one hits.
Ooh.
Tokyo Godfathers is about a trio of homeless people, and they just happen to find this baby while they were rummaging for food in the trash bin. And although like there are some jokes here and there that don't necessarily age well, because this was made in 2003, and this is, you know, this is a Japanese film, so there is gonna be a couple jokes here and there that are slightly offensive, or maybe not even slightly. They are offensive actually, but overall,
Like what?
So one of the characters is a trans lady, and the Jin, who is the other main character, often calls her the F word. But they handle all these characters very well, and they all have their own redemption arcs throughout this story, and like the Tokyo Godfathers, they're like a perfect family. They're like the perfect homeless trio. But yeah, that's my list. I definitely recommend all of these movies. And and if you liked, like, say, anime like Hunter x Hunter and anything else that Madhouse has done, Madhouse produced this movie, so definitely check it out. The animation is great.
Okay. Nick?
Okay, so my number 5, my unconventional pick is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Shane Black's directorial debut, the movie that saved Robert Downey Jr.'s career. Without this movie, we wouldn't have gotten Iron Man. And this is just a really interesting murder mystery set during Christmas, so it counts, and has one of my favorite foil characters in Val Kilmer's Gay Perry. And all the dialogue here is just whip smart and so fun to listen to, and it still makes me laugh after I've watched it I don't even know how many times. Number 4 is The Night Before, with Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anthony Mackie. For me, this is just another fun feel-good movie. It shows that, it tells me that even if your family isn't around, you can find your own family with your friends on Christmas. 3 is Elf. This movie, it's just a fun feel-good movie. It's one of the few Will Ferrell man-child movies that doesn't make me angry, because Buddy the Elf is so sweet and so naive, I guess.
Okay.
Number 2 is Arthur Christmas from Aardman Animation. They're the studio who do the Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, with just some of the like smartest, well-written interpretations of Santa, in that he's basically delivering presents with like the most advanced technology and military precision, and how the elves are doing most of the work. And it's kind of hilarious to me. And they also imply that one of the older Santas, who is voiced by Bill Nighy, he almost caused World War III during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Which always makes me laugh. And number 1, no Christmas is complete without A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay. What do you like about that? Yeah.
One of one of my favorite performances by Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge, and some great musical numbers. I got to see the cut of it with for some reason in most like DVD releases they cut one of Michael Caine's musical numbers that's set during like the present time. But everything you love about a Muppet film, it's in this. It's great filmmaking. The puppets are hilarious, and Michael Caine gives the performance of a career.
I've never actually checked this out. I've never actually seen that. Very interesting. How does it compare to the other Muppet movies?
I'd say it's either that or the original Muppet movie. That's my favorite out of all of them.
Okay. It's very nice.
There's no number in there there's no song in there that's on the level of like a Rainbow Connection or Moving Right Along, but all the music in this is really good.
That's your whole list?
Yeah, that's my top 5.
All right. So it's just me. So for me, number 1, Surviving Christmas. Surviving Christmas is considered one of the worst movies ever, if not one of the worst Christmas movies. I love it. It stars Ben Affleck and James Gandolfini, and the whole story is about Ben Affleck, who's this really rich guy who feels disconnected from Christmas. He doesn't know what the experience is like because he never had that real family experience. So he decides to rent out a family, and when he goes back to his old childhood home, he finds out someone else is living there, and he decides to rent them for Christmas to basically have that family experience. And Christina Applegate is also in it. And the reason I love it so much, I think, is because James Gandolfini in it reminds me so much of my dad, of just how he is and how he acts, and I just laugh every single time like he's in that film. Like, just every time I see him, his movements, the way he talks, it was like, that just reminds me so much of him. So that's a part of the reason why I do really love it, for personal reasons. Just it has that connection to me. Ben Affleck, this is kind of when he was going through, I mean, it was kind of like stinker after stinker after stinker. I mean, this was like, I think Jingly was before this. Daredevil was around this time, early 2000s was not a friend to Ben Affleck at all. You know what I mean?
Neither were the mid 2000s.
That's when he actually started to come up. That's when, because Ben Affleck started.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Late 2000s.
Yeah, late.
Excuse me. I'm thinking like post.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Because like 2003 was Daredevil. This movie was 2004. When did Jingly come out? Jingly was also the same year. The year before, 2003, the Daredevil came out. So it was like, wow, it was just stinker after stinker after stinker. And this one, some people count on that list. Me, I think it's funny. I mean, I laugh every time. Like the little brother, Christina Applegate, he's a complete perv. All he does all day is just, sit on his computer and just watch porn on there all day. That's kind of lame humor, but it's funny. I think that's pretty good. So for me, Surviving Christmas. Number 2, Jingle All the Way, another awfully bad movie. I think this movie also turns goes the full circle of being so bad it's good, because of just the performance from Arnold Schwarzenegger, just the classics. Yes. It's just Arnold Schwarzenegger being Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's always terrific.
And some of my favorite one-liners from Arnold Schwarzenegger, like when that one guy is like in his house on the phone with him talking about his wife's cookies.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just funny stuff like
put the cookie down now.
So I mean, most people probably have seen this movie. It's a story, about he's trying to get this Turbo Man doll for his kid for Christmas. This is the only thing in his world, the world this kid wants is a Turbo Man doll. And then he has like Sinbad in the movie, who's his arch nemesis in the film for some reason, and just them chasing each other around. He fights a whole a warehouse full of Santas. Special appearance by the Big Show as one of the Santas. And it has that mad race that we see still going on. People trying to buy things for holidays, Black Friday, people stomping over each other, racing all over each other. It's just just kind of captures that kind of holiday kind of spirit and making fun of that type of stuff. You also have Phil Hartman in this, who's like this was one of his last films he did before he passed away. You also have Rena Wilson in this. Jake Lloyd, before he lost his mind, from being in Star Wars, he was in this. So, very funny film. Most people probably already seen it. Just there's a lot of good running gags in the film as well. Like he keeps running to this police officer that he keeps messing him up. Like he spills burnt coffee on him, and he knocks over his motorcycle. So tons of stuff like that. Which is great. ACAB, it's perfectly great. All right, so number 3, we're gonna have Bad Santa. Now this one, I think is legitimately fun and legitimately really good. Stars Billy Bob Thornton, who's a Santa character. I think it's just that perfect, nice, dirty humor, crude humor that very rides that line perfectly well. Nice R-rated film. Great appearance from also Bernie Mac is in this. Really, really funny. His back and forth between Billy Bob Thornton is really great. He plays a security guard at the mall that Billy Bob Thornton works at. The whole premise of this one is that Billy Bob Thornton basically plays a criminal Santa. What he does is he gets jobs at these malls working as Santa, and then him and Tony Cox, who's the dwarf that he works with, who's his elf, they basically case the place. When he's working as a Santa, then he steals all the stuff from the mall, and then they move on to the next town and do all the same thing all over again. And it's really, really good, really enjoyable. John Ritter, I think this was one of the last things John Ritter did also before he passed away, really, I believe, if I'm correct. He's also really funny. He plays the manager at the mall. He's really good. There's also this little boy who basically just becomes very attached to Billy Bob Thornton's character as Santa and thinks he's like the real Santa, and he's what we call a little touched, you know what I mean, a little special to some degree, and they have this weird kind of relationship. Sometimes that's almost become like a trope now, I guess, like in R-rated films. Like anytime you have a real foul-mouthed character, they team him up with like a little kid, you know what I mean? And he starts kind of rubbing off on the kid, and the little kid starts, kind of rubbing off on him, and then they start to kind of bond, and he starts to soften as a character. They do that a lot in sometimes R-rated films a lot. But very, very enjoyable. Very, very much liked it a lot. All right, so number 4, a very Harold and Kumar Christmas. Harold and Kumar movies themselves, the first one I thought was decent. Then the second one I thought was really terrible. The second one was Guantanamo Bay. Not really a good film.
Yeah, the second one was just crass joke after crass joke. And really disgusting humor. It kind of missed the charm of the first one. Because, with me, while you think it's decent, that's one of my favorite comedies of all time. Yeah,
I enjoyed the first one. I think it's solid. This one, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas, I think is better than all of the second one and the first one. Really, really, really funny film. Them coming back to do it, I feel like it feels a lot fresher. They do a lot much better jokes in it. Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
What you say?
Has his funniest cameo in decades, and let's not forget, Cal Penn left working in the Obama White House to do that movie.
Yeah. Neil Patrick Harris. This is because he comes, does a cameo. This is at the time when he already come out, so they do a bunch of good jokes with him and his sexuality and things like that, and how like in the movie they portray him as somebody who's pretending to be gay, but secretly he's still like this guy who goes after tons of women and all this other stuff. So I think that's that was really good. It just has really a lot of great gags as well, with the whole thing where like there was a baby on cocaine and it, it's running up the walls and everything like that. Like it's just tons of good stuff like that. Highly recommend checking it out. Good film to watch during the holidays if you really want a good laugh. Also it's in 3D, so get that nice good 3D experience, what they perfectly use. Which is very, very good. All right, so, and the fifth one for me would be Rise of the Guardians. Now, Rise of the Guardians is kind of like the Avengers of children's folk tales. You have Santa Claus. You got Jack Frost. You got the Easter Bunny, and they all kind of team up together in this Avenger style type film. And you know, I think it's very, very enjoyable for kids. This came out in 2012. Very fun film. You also have like the Tooth Fairy in this as well. So yeah, it's all these kind of these children, folk tales, that you tell, and then them all kind of getting together. Very, action, a lot of action in it. That's very well done. Very good animation in it that I appreciate. Some of it, I don't think 2012 hasn't aged somewhat all the best because it was 3D computer animated. But I still think it's a solid looking film, very enjoyable looking film. And the characteristics of all the different heroes. The Santa Claus, the way they portray him, I mean, he's kind of like, I guess, the Hulk of the group. And you have Jack Frost, who, he's kind of, I guess, the, how would I compare? Maybe the Tony Stark of the group. So seeing all of them, or maybe like the Spider-Man would probably be it, because he's much younger. He's much younger, and they all kind of, fight pitch black from, basically, typical children's film type thing, fighting the evil, and shrouding the world in darkness, that type of stuff. But, a good thing you can really watch with the family, really enjoy, and very, very good film. All right, so that's my list. Yeah. So, is there any Christmas movie that you all think that is kind of well beloved that you're just not that into?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them except the ones on my list. I don't know, man. I've just seen them too many times, like especially like the really old, like the ancient ones that they always play on ABC Family.
Oh,
like,
the first one that comes to mind is A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched that movie. That used to be a tradition of watching that movie every year because TBS would play it for 24 goddamn hours.
And
but
just
when you really look at it as a movie, it's kind of bad. It's not a good movie.
Yeah, literally every movie that plays during the the 12 Days of Christmas marathons or whatever that they do for ABC and all their related channels. Nah, it's a no for me, dog. But I'm just.
Have you ever seen the classics like It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 31st Street? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever seen those? No.
I've seen.
Okay. I've never seen them myself.
Seen It's a
I've never
Wonderful
checked
Life,
them out.
but I've never watched Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay. Yeah. What about The Grinch Stole Christmas, the animated one?
The classic.
The classic one is still amazing, and I really like the Jim Carrey one. The 2018 Grinch can go fuck himself.
Yeah, I never checked that out. That was the one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
And it's Illumination, aka the assholes behind Despicable Me.
Hey.
The sequels, I'll say the sequels.
Okay. But I don't know. For me, like, I the Grinch isn't something I would want to actually see as an adult. Like, I saw it enough as a kid, and I'm over it. Like, I know he hates everybody. He's a hater. I get it. I'm a hater.
Hey, the older I get, the more I relate. The older I get, the more I relate to the Grinch.
Yeah, but I'm also just like, yeah, I get it. Like, I hate it too. Get over yourself.
All right. I guess some classic Christmas films that I've seen that I'm not really all that much into. Home Alone. I don't really like Home Alone.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you there.
I've never really got the obsession with Home Alone. Never really got it.
It's kind of aged worse with Home Alone because the sequel has a certain orange man.
Yeah, I was thinking about the
Elf.
I was thinking. Oh, you don't like Elf?
No, I've never really
There goes
liked
the
Elf.
dislikes.
And usually I typically like. Yeah. I typically like Will Ferrell movies. I know that's one of his big ones. Don't like it. Never was really a fan of Elf all that much. Never liked it. But you, what were you
I
gonna
was
say?
just saying there goes the dislikes. I wasn't gonna say that I didn't like it, but it's alright. You know,
Oh, okay.
it's not something that I personally really need to see every year. It's just alright.
Yeah. Batman Returns. Some people might put that because it's set on Christmas. Not really big on Batman Returns. Not really big on Michael Keaton Batman movies or any pre-Nolan Batman movies, really, all that much, except for Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Yeah, I never really liked it all that much. What they did with the Penguin, what they did with Catwoman, even though Michelle Pfeiffer is hot, as Catwoman, she does look good. She's still looking good today.
She's rocking that
very,
silver
very much
fox
so.
look.
Are you sure I should put this podcast out?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, listen. I mean, she looked good. I mean,
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all the movies that we're gonna get hated on for. Between Elf and Batman Returns.
The opinions of Joshua Williams do not reflect the opinions of the Afternoon Tune LLC or the other two co-hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, those are just some classic ones. I've never really been all that big one, but I don't know if somebody would consider Batman Returns a classic Christmas holiday film. I know some people really do like Batman Returns, but I never really personally liked it myself.
It's fun.
All that much. Yeah, it's good. It's decent. There's some decent things I like about it. Some ones that I wish I would have seen that I'd still on my list of good holiday movies to see. The classics like It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm seeing that today. I'm doing a watch party for that today for some people. I've also I've never seen the classic Christmas film. What's the name of it? I'm trying to remember what am I thinking about?
I feel like you're about to. Is this a bit? This feels like a bit?
No. Love Actually. I've never seen Love Actually. Yeah, never really kind of interests me to check it out. Seems like one of those kind of movies like they make every kind of holiday, like Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve or something like one of those movies where they bring all the big cast of people together and they give them all these different side stories. Like, I don't know, never really kind of interests me to check it out myself. National Lampoon's Christmas. I know that's a big one. Never saw it. I would see it, but just never checked it out. So is there any ones that you guys have always wanted to see? Or guys, kind of ones that you think that you missed that you've always wanted to catch up on?
I want to rewatch Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon is definitely on my rewatch list tonight. I might check that out. Love Actually has been one I've been meaning to watch for years now. I just never got around to it. I've never seen Miracle on 34th Street all the way through.
So what do you think makes a Christmas movie? Is it a movie can a movie just be set on Christmas and says like this is Christmas? Like every Shane Black movie, a lot of them are set during Christmas, like Iron Man 3 and so on and so forth. A lot of his movies, he just has this thing with Christmas. So does a film have to be just set on Christmas to be considered a holiday Christmas film, or does Christmas actually have to be involved in the plot itself?
For me, I'm kind of in the camp of if it's set during Christmas or if Christmas plays a part in the story. Like my argument for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is that the story doesn't really pick up until Harry's character, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, until he meets Michelle Monaghan at a Christmas party. That's kind of where I stand with that, and I also count Shazam and Iron Man 3 as Christmas movies.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all agree on that. But to slightly play devil's advocate, I guess, if we want to get really technical, as long as it's a movie that kind of has, not just is set on Christmas, but also kind of has some of the themes that Christmas particularly has, whether that be like, I don't know, what themes does Christmas have now that I think about it. I was going somewhere, but now I was just like, well, I mean, what themes does Christmas have? Christmas miracles. I was gonna go more as like story wise with it, but I don't really care anymore. It's like, yeah, it's just set on Christmas.
I think
I don't care, dude. If the themes work,
I think
sure.
something like the night.
But fuck it.
I think that something like the night before perfectly kind of illustrates, like the themes of Christmas, of just kind of togetherness, of love for one another, love for the other person, fond memories. You know what I mean? Especially, growing up during the holidays, those fond memories, that time. I think a film like that kind of perfectly, kind of illustrates those.
Yeah. So Die Hard.
You know what I mean? Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I think Die Hard is a Christmas film because Christmas is involved in the plot, because it's all about him going to visit his wife. That's him and her kind of separated, and he has to go to her Christmas party. So that's when. So it's an inciting incident involved.
Well,
in it.
I'm talking about the themes. The themes of him trying to get back with his wife and rekindle their love. And they're appreciating each other a lot more. Christmas.
Yeah, very much. And that relationship only lasted for like another movie, and that's it. That's basically it. So I think themes like that, I think are what Christmas holidays are all about. That kind of stuff. Is there any like film that you can think of that isn't just about Christmas? That's about other holidays like Hanukkah, like that other good films like that, like about like Hanukkah.
I think the Rugrats movie
maybe
was not Christmas. I think they were Jewish, right? Was it a Hanukkah movie?
Yeah,
That's
I
the only
think
thing
Rugrats was
I never saw
Hanukkah movie.
Rugrats.
Huh? What'd you say, Nick?
Yeah, I think that was technically a Hanukkah movie.
Yeah.
I'm sad. The only like Hanukkah movie I can think about off the top of my head is 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah, that's the only one that's popping in my head. Is 8 Crazy Nights. Yeah, that's the only one. Looking it up. Let's see. You got Little Fockers. Apparently, that's considered a Hanukkah movie. The Prince of
that is
Egypt.
not a Hanukkah movie. That is an hour and a half of pain.
Yentl, who my only experience watching that is in Deadpool 2. That's it. Fiddler on the Roof. An American Tale. So that's kind of not really a whole lot there for Hanukkah movies.
What about Kwanzaa?
A Serious Man. That's a Kwanzaa. Let me see. Still to this day, I have no idea what that is. Let's see. What do they have for Kwanzaa? I only see 3 movies here. I only see 3
What are
things. A Rugrats Kwanzaa special. And,
What?
and Black Candle.
Rugrats has a Kwanzaa special. That is hilarious.
It has a Kwanzaa
I'm gonna watch
special,
that.
Good for them, yeah. Well, look at Rugrats. They got a nice little Kwanzaa special. Maybe if you watch that, you'll learn that what the hell Kwanzaa is all about.
Yeah, the only.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, the only like real mention of Kwanzaa I can remember is like the Futurama Christmas episodes, where Bender took over for Santa once and then ran into Kwanzaa Bot. He was just handing out books of what the hell is Kwanzaa.
So yeah, I mean, yes, it's kind of light on other movies involving that are not just focused on Christmas, but kind of light in that department. But hopefully there'll be some more soon. develop some more, get people, good films to digest other than Christmas, or other than just that. Are you guys big on holidays like Christmas or no?
Not as much as I used to be. I mean, I'm like, especially like during this year, like it kind of feels like all the holidays kind of just like snuck up on me and then just come and go. Because they're basically just regular days. Like Thanksgiving, we had turkey, but it was just a regular day. Halloween, I just barely remembered that we had Halloween solely because of the podcast where you guys, where we were making the recommendations for Halloween. So, I mean, this year in particular, I don't really care about holidays.
What about you, Nick, since you're out of the country for the holidays?
Well, really the only two major holidays that translate over here to Japan are Halloween and Christmas. Thanksgiving really isn't a thing out here, but Christmas is. It's kind of funny that on Christmas, like the Japanese tradition is like eating fried chicken because it's like so hard to get turkey out here. It's like not a thing out here in Japan. But I think as I've gotten older, the holidays have just kind of blurred into just another day. I think it was like 3 years ago when I went home on leave for Christmas where I realized, this is just another fucking day.
I knew I was getting old when a couple of years ago, instead of like a PlayStation or whatever, I got socks and I was excited and I was cool with it. And I was just like, all right, let's move on with the rest of the week.
I remember the first time I got like a pair of jeans from my mom, and I was hyped. Fuck yeah!
Yeah, it's come to that point, sometimes, it's like, I could really use a good pair of socks. Could use some good pair of underwear.
You can never have too many socks or underwear.
Exactly.
I don't know. Sometimes you can have a lot of too many socks. Then you lose one sock, then you got then it's not matching, and then, and sometimes...
Ain't nobody need to see your socks.
I like to match. I like to coordinate. You can't have one, Adidas sock and then not have the other Adidas sock.
Listen, bro, it's
winter.
winter.
If they're
it's
both
literally
black socks, nobody's gonna give a shit.
Yeah, it's literally Christmas. You should be wearing long pants anyway that cover your socks. So nobody's.
Yeah, I am wearing long, but I still like to match. I still like to have. If I have Nike socks on, I'm gonna have Nike shoes on. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Bro, you're still in high school.
Gotta match.
That's what we used to clown each other on in high school for.
No, it's not you. So you tell me, when you have someone Adidas, you don't feel like I gotta wear other Adidas?
I don't care at this point.
I don't give a shit.
Especially if I'm wearing pants that cover the socks. Like, I'm wearing whatever socks I'm wearing. And with whatever shoes.
Yeah, I'm wearing whatever clean socks I have with whatever shoes I fucking want to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have plain socks, that's fine. If you can, if you just have plain socks.
Like, unless I'm going to the gym and I'm about to like ball out with like a whole bunch of other dudes that would roast me for wearing off-brand sneakers, sock combinations, I don't really care. Like, I personally do not give a shit.
Yeah, same. I'm one of those people who wear like Adidas pants with like fucking Nike shoes. I don't give a shit anymore. It's anarchy.
Yeah.
That's kind of sneaker culture heresy.
It's anarchy. That's what it is. Heresy.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's wild. And you're a sneakerhead, Nick. I mean, you should know that.
Only a little bit.
That's not important to you?
Only when it
I
matters.
like sneakers. I don't call myself a sneakerhead. I like sneakers.
You don't have like the
you
don't have like the 10 bahts waiting at every sale.
No, I don't. Nah, I don't do that. That's also, those guys are a bunch of cunts, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I missed out on a lot of great shoes. I missed out on a lot of great shoes because of people. But yeah. But are you getting anything new recently? Or no?
Nothing recently. Not yet. I did get like these pink Jordan 1s for my girlfriend for Christmas.
Oh. Okay. So do you all want anything, for Christmas? You think any gifts? Anything you're gifting yourself or?
I basically got all my gifts for myself. I built my gaming PC. I told my mom to get me a whiteboard. She got me a whiteboard. That's my Christmas.
Yeah, I pretty much handled all of my Christmas gifts to myself already. But
what'd you get yourself?
I got me a pair of I got a pair of Jordans. That's what I did.
Oh, okay, nice.
What are you getting for Christmas?
What am I getting for you? My sister, she got me a speaker that was on sale, so that's what I wanted. My old speaker just got kind of rough and tumbled, kind of broke apart. So I got a new one that was on sale it was $50. Original price was like $90-$80. So that's pretty nice. Very good speaker. Nice kind of little one. I use at work and everything like that. Play during that. So it gets loud for a speaker that's not that big, which I appreciate. So that's pretty nice. I got a PS5. So I already got that. I already pre-ordered that. Got a new TV for my PS5. So upgraded that. Upgraded my TV stand. Basically, I can't think of anything else I really want at this moment.
You're living large.
Yeah, I'm pretty much good right now. Yeah. Think I'm gonna try to probably place a bid on the place right now. I've been looking, and probably just gonna place an offer down, everything like that. Move out after Christmas, so do that. And yeah, so there's nothing really. I think I'm good right now. Nothing really I want right now that I see. So that's pretty good. You know what I mean? So I don't have to deal with the kind of the mad race of going around trying to get something or buy something at that point. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else from you guys or good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right.
Happy holidays, everybody.
All right, people.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. So this, hopefully you all listen to this during Christmas Day. Enjoying that good eggnog, spiked eggnog. If that's your type of thing, if that's what you're into. Opening gifts,
edible cookies.
Hopefully, I know it's been a rough year. Yeah, edible cookies, edible gingerbread men. No, this was a rough year. Really, really rough year for a lot of people. Hopefully 2021 will be better. Hopefully it'll be better. Not too optimistic about it, but I'm trying. And so we're gonna come back at you all next Wednesday. Gonna be reviewing the Wonder Woman movie. Gonna be reviewing Soul. I was gonna be talking about Lupin the Third. Gonna be reviewing that for people as well. Chase, where people can find you?
Find me at Mr. Chayse Mac, MrChayseMac, on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Where can I find you, Nick?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at NightDayNick, NIGHT, the letter N, DAY, Nick.
Alright, and you can find us at Twitter, The Afternoon Tune, Facebook, The Afternoon Tune, Instagram, The Afternoon Tune, Snapchat, The Afternoon Tune, everything Afternoon Tune. If you want to send us an email, we're at theafternoon@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube, do all that fun stuff. stuff. Like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what we get right. Let us know what we get wrong. All those comments and concerns, always appreciated. Constructive criticism never hurt anybody. And we're also on Twitch as well. Twitch.com/The Afternoon Tune. Hopefully we get to streaming pretty soon, so you can see our lovely faces. Get all those funny emotes, screenshots of our face looking stupid. So do all that good stuff. And to all you people out there listening to this, we hope you all enjoy listening to this. Once again, happy holidays, and don't forget